Let me get this straight. You're graduating from Princeton University, one of the most generous schools in the country, and you're upset because you had to come up with about $56,000 total over 4 years. It's about $5,700 a year at a school that costs over $80,000 a year to attend. Let's break this down. So, Princeton's total cost of attendance, tuition, room and board, fees, it's just over $80,000 a year. Now, Avi took out federal loans, $5,500 for year one, $6,500 for year two, and $7,500 for years three and four. That's standard. Avi also had a small Princeton institutional loan, about $7,000 over 4 years. So then, 22,000 in private loans. Added up, it means that Avi was given $70,000 a year in scholarships and grants. That's more than $250,000 in aid over 4 years. So the big complaint here is about the last 7% not being covered. Now, let me ask you something. If you walked into a store and everything was 90% off, would you complain that it wasn't free? I didn't think so. Now, here's the quote that really stood out to me. When I was accepted, the family contribution in my financial aid offer came as a nasty surprise. That right there is the problem. The family contribution, or what colleges think you can pay, should never be a surprise. If you're applying to college and you don't know what your student aid index or expected family contribution will be, you're flying blind. See, there should have been a plan in place before the applications went out, not just hope that the financial aid office would come around and give more money, because that's not how it works. That's not how any of this works. Hope is not a strategy. And no, just because your situation changed mid year doesn't mean that they'll automatically adjust. They're using formulas, not feelings. Now, Avi says that he wants to help and work in nonprofits to help underserved communities, and that's admirable, truly. But if you know you're going into a low paying field, you can't pick the most expensive path and then act shocked that you have a payment that's due. It's like buying a Lamborghini to become a park ranger. Now, this story is not about predatory loans. It's not about Princeton being greedy. It's about poor planning and faulty assumptions. And Avi actually summed it up best. I'll quote him. In my youthful naive, I was sure that the financial aid office would come around. That sentence says it all. You assumed, you didn't plan, and now you're frustrated. Here's the truth, folks. If you're choosing a college and you don't know exactly what it will cost or how much you'll be expected to pay, you are setting yourself up for disappointment. But it doesn't have to be that way. I'm Joe the College Pro, and I help families plan smarter so they don't end up writing articles like this one. Go to joethecollegepro.com and let's make sure your student's future isn't built on bad assumptions. Because college should be a launch pad, not a lifelong loan.